Next matchup, 6-11. By the way, the Vandy Murray State game, that's in San Jose. That's at 1:30 on Thursday. So I'm going to miss that game too, but I'll DVR it. I'll be checking scores. Going to the bathroom a lot in class.
Yeah.
Maybe. Not probably.
Drinking a lot of water.
Drinking a lot of water. I carry like 4 bottles of water.
You do?
It's true. Xavier, Minnesota, and Milwaukee. Maybe one of the most intriguing matchups, at least in this region for me. You're looking at the guards. DeVoe Joseph shoot lights out for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And Brian Westbrook's cousins on the team, might have heard him, Lawrence Westbrook. Tremendous guard, even though they got abused by Ohio State. But before that game, they abused Purdue, and they were one of the hottest teams in the country. Sort of. I mean, before Robbie Humm went down, they were one of the hottest teams in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, before Humm.
They would have been a 1 seed if Robbie Humm would have gone most likely.
The thing that people understand, I know the Purdue's not maybe in the top 20 team, but they were still ranked 5th, 6th in the country by both polls, despite Hummel going down. So what I mean by that is, I didn't have that happening. I had Minnesota maybe sneaking by Purdue. They just absolutely crushed them. It wasn't even a close game. Close game, Minnesota Xavier. Any doubt it's gonna be a close game? It's a pick'em game essentially. Early lean.
I got Xavier.
Xavier.
I like Xavier.
I got Minnesota after what they did to Purdue in the tournament.
Yeah, I remember that. You know who Xavier's got? You got YouTube sensation Jordan Crawford. LeBron James might know him a little bit. He's got that dunked on him. Remember that Jordan Crawford in summer camps?
He's a former IU guy though.
He is,
and he's a guy that
former
he's
Hoosier.
Flashy, but he doesn't come through in the clutch.
He does.
He's not a guy.
He's not a clutch guy.
He's not a clutch guy.
At least
he wasn't as an underclassman.
No,
we'll
that's
see
true.
if that changes.
He's averaging 20 points a game as a sophomore for Xavier in a conference in the A-10 that only had 3 teams and almost had 5 or 6. Some would think, but they only ended up getting 3. End of the day though, DeVoe Joseph and Lawrence Westbrook be the difference makers for me. I'm taking Minnesota's guards in the Big Ten, and Ralph Sampson III, son of Ralph Sampson, former Virginia Cavalier. I'm taking the Golden Gophers, little Gophers from Katy Shack, and I'm taking them over Xavier in a small upset, even though it's not really too much of an upset.
Yeah.
All right. 3:14, Pitt, Oakland, Pitt. All right. 7:10, BYU and Florida. Great matchup. Florida arguably won the last game.
Yeah.
We talk about your Irish later. We got a nice Irish fan walking by here. But Florida, BYU.
Yeah.
Florida won the last teams in. Everybody's saying they don't deserve to be in the tournament. I told you yesterday they're going to get in maybe, and you said probably not. You thought Hokies might get in. Instead, Florida gets a team as a 10 seed, which means the committee had them in without a problem.
Yeah.
If you're 11 and 12 seed, you're the last teams in. Florida's a 10 seed. Match up with Jimmer Fredette, the best shooter in the country, arguably, from BYU. Who do you got? 7-10. You don't go with your heart. Just go with who you think's the better team, man.
Go with who I think is the better team?
Yeah.
I think Florida might win this game.
I have Florida down as well.
Yeah. Spencer Parsons.
We're cleaning house here. We're going we're a little gator chop here.
Yeah, I'm taking Florida.
We got the Billy Donovans.
I wasn't sure if they were going to get in, but Billy Donovan's a great coach.
Yeah.
They have a great team.
I don't disagree with that. I'm taking the Gators, so we have a setup of a 2-10 matchup.
Yeah.
Florida and Kansas State. You don't think North Texas is going to upset Kansas State, do you?
No,
Okay.
agree.
No, agree. Okay. By the way, for you people that get up at 11 a.m. just to watch the tournament, the first game in this year's tournament is BYU Florida. It will be on Thursday at 11:20 a.m.
Five class though?
Oh, dang it, I do have
That's
class.
Protected hour.
That's protected hour.
Oh, you're right, but I have actually 2 tests on Thursday.
Oh.
How bad is that?
Yeah, but then you get
Don't they
sued
know it's
by the
March?
NCAA tournament.
That's true.
So
After
it's
that,
not
then I don't
bad.
have tests for like a month, so
Yeah.
I'm home free.
There you go.
I'm free willing.
You're running
so,
the spring break.
I am. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing the John Wall dance.
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
bitch. Yeah, you did realize something.
No, I just realized that I'm driving home from Florida on the 3rd, the day
What?
of the Final Four games.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have to.
I'll have to send you updates. I'll be at the games.
He was going to Indy.
Oh, okay.
He's going to Indy for the Final Four.
Florida boy.
Okay, K-State, Florida. Who we got? Down the region, I got K-State moving on.
Kansas State moving
yeah,
on.
Kansas State
Okay,
moving on.
we're going
Billy
bottom to top. We're going Pitt, Minnesota is what I got. 3-11. We all have Pitt, but you guys have Xavier. Do you have Xavier pulling off the upset, or do you have Pitt moving on?
I have Pitt going on.
Okay, I do
have
too.
Pitt.
All right, we all got Pitt. So Pitt, K-State, Sweet 16. But first, Syracuse, Gonzaga, 1-8. I have Cuse moving on to Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Any doubts?
Yeah. No.
Nope. Okay. UTEP and Murray State, 12-13 is my second round matchup. You have
Butler, Murray State.
Butler, Murray State, and you do
Butler.
as well. We all have Murray State.
Yeah.
Do we have the Rangers going to Sweet 16, or do you have Butler?
I kind of want to.
As much as I like Murray State's defense,
Yeah.
Butler does not turn the ball over.
No.
And I think Butler wins that game
Yeah.
because of the style they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a risky pick. I'm going with UTEP to beat Butler and to beat Murray State. So I have UTEP Miners in the Sweet 16. I was going back and forth a little bit with this yesterday, but Randy Culpepper, this guy's gonna put on a show. He's got to make his free throws. He's not the best free throw shooter. UTEP struggles from the free throw line a little bit, but they're one of the most athletic teams. I think losing to Houston in the Conference USA Championship game is going to help them. They have time to relax. The pressure's off. They dropped to a 12 seed. They're not a large team. They were one of the last teams to get in the tournament. So the committee was not too happy with them. They said, you're not that good of a team. So I think UTEP can use that to their advantage. I guess it's possible for Butler to lose back-to-back years in the first round. Last year at LSU. I'm loving this Butler team, but I think this UTEP team is a team of destiny. So I have Cuse matching up with UTEP, but I have the Orange moving on to the Elite Eight.
I got the Orange moving on.
Orange Elite Eight?
Yes.
Okay. So we have Pitt, K-State, other regional semi in the West. I have K-State moving on. Andy, do you have them as well, or do you have Pitt? It's a tough matchup.
It is a tough matchup. I love...
Andrew Gibbs and Brad Wanamaker, stud guards. They can match up well with Jacob Pone and Denny Clemente. And Pitt is usually a better rebounding team, but Kansas State's bigs. Jamar Samuels, Curtis Kelly transferred from UConn, along with Dominique Sutton. They got some studs down low. And don't forget Wally Judge, primetime freshman, prize recruit, coming off the bench for them. I like the Wildcats, but you're liking your big...
I have Pittsburgh, and it's honestly it comes down to one simple fact: is that it's a little spoiler. I needed one Big East team getting to this Final Four because I think the Big East is talented enough. Pitt's my team from the Big East I have in there.
Yeah, I have nothing against Pitt. Even though the one year I took them to the Final Four, they lost to Bradley in the first round that year, maybe or second round. Yeah, I was sad for a couple of weeks.
I think I might take Pitt as well.
Oh, we got a homer in the house. We got the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah,
He's like,
I mean,
my boy JR wants to provide what he's saying on Jacob Holm and put on the clinic. Fear the Billy Goat beard.
The Billy Goat beard.
His beard is not weird.
It's over. K-State.
K-State. All right. So we all have Cuse though at least.
We do all
But
Cuse.
me and JR have him matching up with K-State. You guys have him with Pitt.
Yeah.
You stand on the bandwagon with Pitt? Andy?
No, I'm actually taking Hughes.
Okay. Alex, are you gonna?
I think that's a great matchup for Syracuse.
It is.
Syracuse Pitt.
That they remember early in the season, Pitt won in the Carrier Dome and beat Syracuse.
Yeah.
So they have a little maybe psychological advantage going into this game if they were in the Elite Eight. So if Pitt were to beat Kansas State, I'm probably taking Pitt. But I've got K-State and Cuse. I have Cuse moving on to the Final Four, cutting down the Nets in Salt Lake City, winning the West Regional. But Alex,
I put Pittsburgh over Syracuse. If they play, I think Pittsburgh's going to pull the upset.
It's possible.
They've met earlier, and Pittsburgh's beat them on the road. This would be at a neutral site in Salt Lake City, which both teams are coming from the East. This is as neutral as you can get. I like Pittsburgh against the Cuse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody, for the most part, is taking Pitt to go to the Final Four. So you'd be one of the few to do that, and I think it's a great pick because not too many people are picking the Pitt Panthers. Nobody's really talking about them. So right now, if you're just joining in, welcome on campus. Almost top of the hour, almost noon. We've done the Midwest and West regionals already. Me and Alex have Ohio State moving on in the Midwest over Kansas. Andy's got his Rock Chalk Jayhawks, of course. And in the West, we're all somewhat fair. Me and Andy both have Cuse. Alex going with Pitt. I actually love that pick if Pitt could get by. If Pitt gets by Kansas
State's the key.
I think that is the key. I think they could maybe knock off Cuse because their styles are pretty similar. Yeah. But that's another Sweet 16 matchup that we're going to have to watch.
Yeah.
So we got Ohio State, Cuse. For me, Alex, you have Ohio State and Pitt. And Andy, you have Kansas and Syracuse. So all three of us have technically different Final Four picks so far. We have two of the four. We're going to cover the East and the South. You want to knock off the East?